And begin. Hello, beautiful people of the world. My name is Dalton, coach of Rank Sleep Boxing. Welcome to our podcast, To the Bell. I'm here with my lifelong friend, Gustavo. And you already know one of my fighters, Caleb. So, a couple of topics we have today. We have KSI fighting Tommy Fury, which has been announced, I believe, Sunday, and it is for October 14th. It's where? I know you said it.
I want to say it's like Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Sweet. So then we got.
No, it's Manchester.
That's what it was.
Manchester, the UK.
Sweet. And then we have Devin Haney, who announced on some kind of live stream sport thing. He said that he's going to officially go up to 140. I don't know how soon. If he's going to fight about 135, we'll get to that later. And then we have Gervonta claiming that he can knock out Terrence Crawford at 147. We'll get to that. And then we have Teofimo Lopez, been training this week. We don't know what for. We'll go right into it. So, KSI, Tommy Fury, October 14th. What do you think?
I think Tommy beats the brakes off that boy.
And to be honest, so I don't know if y'all know or seen the video, but we talked about it when after Jake Paul and Tommy Fury fight, and he's like, Jake Paul, trash. Tommy Fury, trash.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. And I'm kind of on the same page as you. I think Tommy Fury's going to beat him. And the reason I say is because Tommy Fury's a lot bigger than he is, has a lot more experience than he does. Even if KSI can hit him hard, Jake Paul hit Tommy Fury hard too, and he just took around the chin.
Yeah.
And I think Jake Paul hits harder than KSI, in my opinion. I think so. If the videos I see side by side, I think Jake Paul I think he's got that better overhand right than KSI does.
And if we take out power, Tommy Fury's just a better boxer.
100%. 100%. And it's no disrespect, but I mean the man's been doing it forever. His brother's Tyson Fury again.
He grew up doing it.
Facts. They're not the same, but right experience. He's been doing it since 8, 9 years old. So what do you think?
Go ahead.
I feel like I think on the Jake Paul fight he could have finished him. I feel like, but he kind of never just pushed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He kind of
like sparring.
jab, combos, jab.
Yeah, I feel like KSI might have a better chance at he might make it a better fight, but I still think
he won't win.
Yeah, Tommy's beating him, and maybe if if Tommy picks it up, I think he can finish it.
Fair enough, because he's a big boy. I mean, Tommy Fury is huge. What do you think? Do you have any thoughts on that fight at all? Tommy Fury?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, the only fight that I want to see in YouTube boxing at all is KSI and Jake Paul. That's the only fight that me personally that I would be invested in. That's it.
Really?
That's the only fight that KSI and Jake Paul. The reason I say it is because KSI beat Logan Paul, which is Jake's brother, and Jake Paul wants to avenge that. He then said it. That's the only fight that makes sense to me. I think it would get a lot of people into it, for real. And they could make a big, you beat my brother, I'm going to avenge it, I'm going to take care of my big bro or whatever, But if KSI somehow beats Tommy Fury, the KSI and Jake Paul fight does not need to happen.
Yeah.
Because you beat the guy that beat him. So I feel like that's just, whatever. Unless they do it anyway, and we never know. But to me, I'm going to be going with the guy that beat him, right? If you beat the guy that beat you up, chances are he's going to beat you up. Anything you want to say on that? Is that it?
That's it.
Sweet. Next topic.
Who are we talking about? Who are you talking about?
Talking about if KSI beat Tommy Fury, there's no point in KSI and Jake Paul fighting because KSI beat the guy that beat him. He would just automatically So next topic, Devin Haney. He talked about he was on some kind of board on sports talking about him going up to 140. Which, to me, I've told you about it. I think he's either ducking Shakur Stevenson, who's new to the 135 weight division, or he's ducking Gervonta Davis. Maybe neither, but he said before Ryan Garcia and Gervonta fought, he said, I'm either going to fight the winner of Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, or I'm going to move up and fight Teofimo Lopez, who is now undisputed at 140. So, either way, he has big fights coming up, but I really wanted him to have those big fights at 135 before he moved up. Him and Shakur would have been a good fight. Me, personally, I've been watching Devin forever, but based off styles, I'm going to lean more towards Shakur Stevenson. I mean, 100%. I like Devin Haney, but I think Shakur again. Shakur's just he's a lot slicker. He's got better movement. It would be a really good fight. And then we've talked about before. You can watch videos of Devin and Shakur sparring on YouTube. And then Devin and Davis, that would have been a good fight.
Yeah.
Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. Oh man, that would have been a huge fight. But what I would like to see, realistically speaking, would be Shakur and Gervonta have them fight, and then whoever wins fight the champion Devin Haney. And they could do something like that. Like have them two face each other because they're both at 135. I think that'd be awesome. Shakur, Javante, they fight. Whoever wins, automatic straight shot to Devin Haney.
Damn.
Whoever wins becomes undisputed. And then that way you have one face, one name. Who is the best? Because that's always a question. You always get Shakur brought up, Devin Haney brought up. But you have all these names brought up. Let's see who beats them all. Who is the best of the best? And then go from there. Because it's kind of like the Canelo effect. Everybody's like, we know Canelo's a top dog. Let's see him fight everybody else and see who's really the top dog. You know? So I think that'd be cool. Up next, Gervonta Davis had a phone call saying that he could beat Terrence Crawford at 147. Said he'd knock him out. He said, all I got to do is touch that chin.
Damn.
And I'd knock him out. Some guys said round 5. He said, nah, bro, round 6, I'd put him out. Same. I was like, what? I'm like, did you not see him like beat Errol? And that was
his whole argument for Terrence and Errol was fucking Errol's got a glass chin or no
a shield.
Errol's got a iron shield and Terrence has a glass shield.
It made no sense. Nobody caught on to that. I'm like, are you talking about chins or like?
Yeah.
Because I ain't like I've seen Earl get wobbled more than I have Bud. So that kind of threw me off. But now, like, how does he look like after that? I mean, Terrence made it look easy. So it's kind of like, well, okay, Gervonta, you said this didn't equal that. What do you think? But for him to call out Bud, like what? And he said, he's like, man, there's weight classes for a reason. Like, you're at 135, stay there. I'm at 147. Like, stay down there. Why are you calling, like, or make the fight happen? And I think it would be, like, yeah, Gervonta's got knockout power, but, again, that's at that weight class. Yeah. So kind of like the same thing with Canelo. Like, you're strong at that weight class, at 168. When you fight somebody at, like, 176, you're not that strong. Yeah. I'm naturally this big. Like, yeah, you hit hard for that being that small. When you fight, you know, that's like having you fighting a short guy at 130. Like, yeah, you hit hard fighting a guy that's like 130, but I'm 2+. You're not gonna hit me hard. You know, I'm gonna be able to take that shot.
Yeah.
I think Terrence would outbox him, and he might finish him. Yes, 100%.
Oh shit.
Gervonta's got a good boxing IQ, but he ain't the best boxer.
That's good.
He's kind of small for 35 anyway.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a little dude. Tanky.
I mean, if we made a tell the tape and show size, reach, I mean, Bud would just keep him way back there and just be like, you know. But, I mean, would I want to see it? Yeah. Would a lot of fans want to see it? Yeah. Do I think Bud wins? Yeah.
Yeah, but it would sell tickets. We're buying the paper.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, if that fight was like, they're doing it in December, like, bet, we're there.
Well, here, Terrence Crawford says he's going to retire soon due to his advancing age and doesn't want the sport to send him into retirement.
And so I actually watched the interview today, and they said, you know, you're 40-0. We know who's 50-0. Floyd Mayweather, do you think that you're going to pass that? He goes, no. I have no goals to go to past 50 fights. He said, to be honest, I plan on retiring, like he said, sooner than later. Which is, I mean, I don't blame him. He done beat the best guy close to him.
Right.
And, you know, what else does he have to prove? You know, kind of like the Andre Ward method. Andre finished his career at 32-0, 60 knockouts. And Andre was a hell of a fighter, man. He was an elite fighter. And he finished off 32-0 and went off into the sunset. So, and I agree with him, man. Like, let me retire from boxing. Don't let boxing retire me.
Right.
Yeah. So you put in perspective, and he's a family. He's got, like, what, 5, 6 kids?
Well,
he's a family man.
Well, he also says he's not appreciated.
That makes sense.
That's what Terrence says.
That makes sense. I mean, a lot of people say they a lot of smack. He ain't good enough. Everybody says that, and then.
Well, he says he's not appreciated because of his career-long pedestrian-level opposition. Counter-punching, moving too much, charisma absent, and defensive and irritable during interviews.
So he's like, man, I'll just retire. But see, even or I'm just putting this out there, it could be like the Teofimo Lopez effect. I'm gonna retire just to like, no, come back. Yeah. And it works every time. It works, man. Anytime these fighters are like, I'll just retire. They're like, oh. Yeah. No, here, come back. I'll give you more money.
More money.
Conor McGregor's retired like 4 times already.
Floyd's done it. I mean, they do it because you stay irrelevant. You know, Teofimo Lopez did it. And I've been saying that. He ain't retiring. He's too young. He just had a phenomenal fight last fight. He's not retiring.
Yeah.
I mean, nah, he ain't beating Bud at 147. But Bud's an animal, dude. He will knock you out and box you all the way till he does knock you out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen that. Yeah. He'll outbox you.
I'm a big fan. That's one of my favorite boxers now.
He's like, I will put you down.
Yes.
Yeah, I will put you down. What about his mom getting in the ring?
Oh, awesome.
Did you see it?
Oh, I did not see that.
So the night of the fight was Bud's mom's birthday. She got in at the fight dancing. I mean, just like dancing it up, dude. She was having a
No,
good time.
this that fight when he won. He said, "Get my mama, get my mama."
And she got in and she's dancing. He said he was the only one. It was my mom's birthday, and he didn't. Up next was I seen a video of Tiffany Lopez training. I don't know like what's going on, but he's been doing a lot of stuff. I don't know if you know a lot of stuff with custody of his daughter. Him and his wife split up, and he's been having a lot of
stuff he's playing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I seen a video of him training. He's hitting the speed bag, he's hitting the heavy bag, and I made a short about it. And I'm just wondering if he's kind of like putting a tease out there, like if he's gonna be fighting anybody. And the only fight to me that makes sense would be Devin Haney, if he does that. Which maybe he'll do a tune-up fight and then fight him. But you also have another guy at 140 just came up, Ryan Garcia. And they've talked about it. Maybe them doing a fight. Ryan Garcia said he'd want him. So I don't know.
I'd watch it.
Who do you think? Okay, I'm gonna Tio and Ryan Garcia. Who do you got? They both, got some L's. Tio.
Yeah, I feel like.
I'm gonna go with that. The only way I see Ryan winning is if he somehow clips with that left hook. But I mean, Tio's a good fighter. I think I would go with Tiffany Lopez. But also wouldn't be surprised if Ryan knocked him out. That would be a fight. I won't really have a favorite.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun
Mutual.
to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be mutual. What do you think, Gus?
Mutual.
Mutual.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want Ryan to win?
No, I mean it didn't really matter to me for real, cause I know like whatever, whoever wins. But I know if he was fighting Cruz, I would go for Cruz. I'm just saying that.
Absolutely.
But on that one, I just go like, yeah, good fight.
I just wonder, like, because the beef kind of started with Tio and Devin, with Tio retiring and then Devin saying, well, I'll take those belts at 140. Because he can go up there, there'll be vacant belts, and then you'll just fight some guy and you'll get to win that belt. It just kind of resets, right? You wouldn't just win undisputed. You just go in there and clean up the division and get the other belts.
Damn.
Like what happened with Santiago and Don Air. They fought for WBC. It was vacant. Nobody had that belt.
Right.
So he won,
right.
automatically became WBC world champion.
Champion, right.
So it'd be the same way. You'd have all the belts just break up. You guys fight for this belt, you guys fight for this belt, and then you can kind of go through and go.
So it'd be like
yeah,
a
it won't be like one guy gets to just get them all. Yeah, it'd be like WBC, IBF, WBO.
Okay.
And everybody.
And then once, and then they'll
yeah.
come to me for a
You
championship.
fight that guy for his belt, fight you for your belt. It won't just be like you all just pass the belts down, But I mean, I just wonder if that's what's going on, and that'd be a big fight. We've been seeing a lot of big fights this year.
Facts.
I'm just kind of waiting to see that, if it's like confirmed, like Devin, because he said it. Devin's going to 140 next. So I'm like, the only fight that makes sense for him, with him being, because he's undisputed at 135. He's undisputed. He can go up to 140 and become undisputed as well, just like Terrence just did. So it's like you could be undisputed at 2 weight classes. And that would be really big on his resume too, for his credentials. But who knows? I'd like to see it. I'd want to see him and Devin fight. And Devin wants the belts. Like, he likes that. So I'd like to see him go up there, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, they go and then go from there and then see what happens. Or him fight Ryan Garcia. That's the only names I want to see. Either Devin, Ryan Garcia, or Ryan Garcia. Devin, Teofimo Lopez, or Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. That's pretty much the only fights I want to see at 140.
Yeah.
But who knows? We'll see. And then maybe Devin fights Ryan Garcia, and then Devin fights Teofimo Lopez. It'll be those three kind of alternating around, I think, in my personal opinion.
What about Shakur Stevenson and Javante?
I would love that. 135? Yeah.
140.
140? That's weird. Is that what it says?
Well, it says that it says that
because it's definitely odd, because Shakur just went to 135.
yeah, he'd have to come down to a 135.
Because he just...
They're talking about how big Stevenson's. He's a big 140 pounder, so he should really be fighting in the 140, 140.
Because see, it's weird because Shakur just now got to 135.
Yeah.
And that's whenever he got the fight. This last fight was his debut at 135. Yeah.
It feels like he'd be drained at 135.
That's weird. That was his last fight.
Who is it?
Talking about Shakur
Stevenson
Davis.
moving down to 135.
But that's weird because that was
Mike Davis.
See, I think
Shakur's at 135 though.
That's weird. That article that's odd because he just moved up to 135.
Shakur is he really needs to move up to 140 to 147.
Shakur does? That's what he said?
No, that's what the writer's saying.
Oh, okay.
If he wants to become a star.
I definitely disagree with that. I think he should stay at 135. Those are the big fights.
Yeah, the big fights are all right there.
Yeah.
And Shakur is just new to the weight class, and I think he could take it. To be honest, I think he could.
Well, Shakur says that he wants the mega fight with Davis and believes that they can break the pay-per-view records. And
In the boxing world, yes. In the real world, maybe. And the reason I say is because a lot of people don't know who Shakur Stevenson is. Now, the ones that box and know boxing, they know that would be a big fight in boxing. But the people that don't really know Shakur that well, it might not be. Like, I don't know if it would pass up Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis just because it has.
Yeah, I don't think
Gervonta had that background. But Shakur, Gervonta, absolutely. Shakur and Devin Haney, absolutely would be big mega fights. And Shakur does. He wants all the smoke. He was just talking smack to George Kambosos. You see that?
I've seen that.
Was just like, well, I'll beat you. I'll beat you.
Fresh after he fought.
Fact.
Like he's on the corner of the ring. Like,
Yeah, waiting on him. He's like, I'll fight you. He wants all the smoke, all the big names. I give him full props, man. He wants all of it. And
Can he handle it?
Shakur's best friend is Terrence Crawford. And he hangs out with Timothy Bradley, who's also a Hall of Famer. Dude, all of Shakur's homies are Hall of Famer fighters.
Damn.
So imagine all your friends are like Michael Jordan and Floyd Mayweather of the sports. You know, LeBron James of the sports and all these big names. Dude, you're going to be just the knowledge you're
The
getting.
knowledge, yes.
I mean, you're just their prodigy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think he could handle it. I think he could be
Up
a
there.
potential superstar,
Hell
like
yeah.
he says. I agree 100%.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Howdy, what do you think, Davis?
I don't know. I want to see him fight Gervonta.
Yeah.
That'd be a killer fight.
Yeah. I haven't really seen a whole lot about Gervonta's next fight, you know? But if he wants to be a world champion 135, he has to fight Devin Haney. Unless he vacates his belt. Because even though Devin goes up to 140, he sells the belts at 135. So if somebody gets mandatory for that belt, he has to come back down and fight him at 135.
But he's scared. He's scared.
Dude, yeah, I think he is scary, to be honest. And I don't blame him. Tank's a knockout artist, man. But if you are the champion, you have to fight him. If something happens, you have to fight him. You can't, unless you just give up your belts, which you can do.
Right.
You hear a lot of, you don't have to fight him.
like
You can
vacate.
vacate him.
Yeah.
You can be like, well, I don't want him. Like, I'm not fighting him. They'll just be like, all right, well,
So
these two guys got to fight for that belt. They won't just give it to you. You have to fight for it.
yeah,
So the next one in line.
it'd probably be like Shakur and Tank, maybe.
I hope that would be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
That would be like Devin's like, you know what? I already became undisputed. It's already on my resume. Vacate him. And then they're like, all right, Shakur Davis.
Or maybe they give that to Loma because that's Devin's last fight.
Maybe.
Tank.
Yeah, but like, somebody have to fight for it. They won't just give it to you. They have to. So
that
would be awesome.
Let me get him, then I quit. Then I give it to somebody else.
Because he could. I mean, he already did it. He already became undisputed, so he could just be like, all right, scratch that off. Next.
Right.
And then find something else. Because every fighter has their goal, right? I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this. Now I'm retired. And
So Bud, what record did he done? He won two classes or whatever.
He got two undisputed. Two weight classes.
2 weight classes. He won the 4 belts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's the only man to ever do it. The only other person is Claressa Shields, and she's the one.
This is like right now. Yeah, it's not like all time, but of like right now, yeah. There's only 2 that's done it. Like, as of now.
What other weight classes he won though?
Bud said that he wants to go to 154 and beat the other Charlo brother and get his, because I don't know which one it is, but one of the Charlo brothers is undisputed at
I think it's
154.
Jermell.
And he wants him next. And he's been saying it. He's like, he wants to go.
He might have to fight Plant next.
Ain't that wild? Like,
I don't think that's the one that got smashed.
it's the other brother. Yeah,
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you have.
I don't know. It's
But
confusing.
one of them is undefeated and undisputed. And Terrence is like, I want him next. And he's been saying it, you're next. He wants to go to 154 and fight him and get his belts. That would be 3 weight classes undisputed. Bam,
Wow.
bam. That would be awesome. And I think he'd do it.
crazy.
So okay, so
They're retired. Like, I'm done. I beat everybody.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to accomplish?
so hold on. So if he moves to the next weight classes, he would just have to give his belts away.
No, he can still defend him. Like, he can go
So he
fight.
can go back and forth.
He can fight Charlo at 147, beat him, have
You're
his
a
belt.
bad man if you do
And then
that.
they're like, hey, so I'm supposed to fight you at 147. You got to go back down to 147, fight him, and then just be chilling. But you got to think,
Like 3 different weight classes.
he only fights, how often does he fight? I said in the podcast.
1 year. Once a year.
Once a year. So it won't be hard. He would just go back down to 147, knock you out, and then hang out. Next year, they're like, hey, man, somebody wants you at 154. You're like, bet. Ding, ding, ding. What's up? Bam. Shut the door. You just chilling. Next, I mean, you fight once a year. I mean, And they have to fight.
But
you,
can they give him the championship? Like say for example, he goes to the when you said what you said that he want to go next.
154.
154. Can he go to 154 and automatically give him to the top? Like skip all
Like
everybody.
You don't have to have like a number one contender fight.
Ooh, I don't know. That depends on who would set it up. Like how it'd go.
I'd say it's big
It can
enough
happen.
a fight.
But sometimes, so with that too, and then sometimes I've seen some fights where they have a mega fight go on, like Benavidez and Canelo. What scratched it is because he was mandatory to fight somebody else, so he got bumped out of it because he's like, well, you have to fight this guy before you even fight that guy. It's mandatory. You have to. Like John Ryder. John Ryder was mandatory. Nobody knew who John Ryder was, but he had to fight him. He had to. So there's no avoiding it. You have to fight the guy. He earned it. So he earned his stripes. You got to fight him.
But eventually they are gonna fight, right? Because it's
Charlo and Terrence.
No, Canelo and Benavidez.
That's what they say, but who knows? Benavidez is already sent an offer to Canelo, and there's been nothing. So
anyway,
we'll just have to wait and see.
But
But Terrence Crawford going to 154 could happen, and that'd be awesome.
I would love it.
That's what I think would be his best bet. Do that. Go ahead and go up to 154, beat Charlo, get his belts, and then retire. And then be like, all right, y'all can have my belts. Got him. 12 belts.
I'm stealing them. If I was him, I'm not giving him no belts.
But you retire.
No, I'll take them. They can make some other ones.
What about you? You have his picture.
No.
You're making no whole new belts.
No.
Anything you want to say about the podcast or anything like that?
I want to talk about Anthony Joshua returning to the ring on August 12th, fighting Dylan White.
AJ's going to beat him. Was it Deontay that beat, or was it Tyson? I think both of them fight him.
Tyson whooped up on him bad.
Yeah, I think AJ beats him.
Well, the big news is that if Anthony Joshua can do about 5 to 7 more years, he could be worth $1 billion.
Anthony Joshua?
Anthony Joshua.
I'm not gonna lie, he ain't that good.
Isn't he like kind of like 33, 34?
He's, I don't know. It doesn't say.
He's
35.
35.
No, wait. He feels he can't beat the 37. No, White is 35, so I don't know what he is.
To be honest, I don't think Anthony Joshua is that entertaining, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, Tyson Fury is my favorite heavyweight. Just the way he talks.
He got huge paydays on Deontay, Fury, and Usyk, and Ruiz Jr.
Dylan White?
No.
AJ. He's never fought Deontay Wilder.
Or
Dylan White has.
If he could get the paydays.
That's
okay.
what
If he could fight those, that would put him over the $1 billion mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he has to fight all them people that you just named?
No, I have to. No.
He can make that if it's like a really big fight.
It's a big fight.
Yeah, without him, he's not making that kind of money.
No, but dude, it's been, for years, since like 2018, I remember reading Anthony Joshua was going to fight Deontay Wilder, and it never happened. And they were both undefeated. They should have fought then, and that would have been a mega fight, but they didn't. And now they keep putting it off. Yeah. And Tyson Fury is just going through, like, y'all can have my change, kind of. He's like going through, like, got him, next. Y'all fight each other. I'm done. He's like the big brother. He's like, 2 little brothers, y'all can fight. I'm going to go in here and eat my popcorn or whatever. He's just in here.
Got to have the crumbs.
Yeah, just bopping.
Damn.
It was just a better little brother.
Damn.
Pretty much. Tyson Fury, ain't nobody beating him. He was beating people back during the Klitschko era, and was beating them. And it was like a really boring period for boxing back then. Tyson Fury comes up, beats them easy, and got him, and then retired, came back, and then beat everybody that's new and took their shit.
Bad boy.
Yeah, it's like he retired, got into drugs, alcohol, depression, comes back. Well, I guess I'm tired of being this. I'm gonna go back to boxing, and then beat y'all all up. And he's like, well, who wants it now? I don't beat depression. Man. I beat alcoholism.
I beat drugs. What's next?
Who's next?
Okay, yeah. I'm doing it all over again.
And then I'll retire again and come back in a couple of years see if somebody wants it.
So I don't know if you want to talk about this or not, but we have middleweight contender Chris Eubank parted ways with Roy Jones Jr. He is now with Brian Bomac McIntyre. And
now see, that blows my mind.
So Bomac is Terrence Crawford's head
trainer, absolutely. So, to me, that blows my mind, because he left Roy Jones Jr. and I remember seeing videos of the 2 trainers. It's so weird, man. He's done Chris Eubank has bounced around coaches a lot, and a lot of fighters do that. You know, we've seen it with Ryan Garcia and a few other fighters that do that. They just bounce around from coach to coach to coach, and I hate it. A part of me hates it. I'm like, man, I get it. You know, go see these guys, but don't just jump board right away, if that makes sense. You know, go out there and get a relationship with this guy, see if you guys would click. And then, because you always see, like, oh, man, Coach Caleb really understands me. Like, he, you know, like, I like his training method. I'm like, I don't want, like, I see him doing me for, like, the rest of my career.
That's me.
And then they leave, and they're like,
That's
I
me.
love this guy. I'm like, man, you've been bouncing around coaches
That's me.
so much. You know, I'm like, you, like, stick with them. Because some coaches can be like, I don't want to coach you. You've done less 5 coaches. I don't want to train you. You're going to do the same thing you did to me the last 5 guys you've been with.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, but not sometimes it's you, not the coach.
Fact.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's the fighter, not necessarily the coach. But I mean, time will tell. We'll see. But I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll take this fight with him, and then whatever. That's like Ron Garcia and Goosen. He had 2 fights with Joe Goosen. One he won, and the other one was Gervonta. And he's just like, I don't want to train him no more.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't win with him, so I'm out. Like, don't do that. You know, don't do that.
So I'd like to do another drawing for a hat. If you want to talk about that, and we can we'll be drawing for it last Friday of August.
I don't know what that
What
date
date
is.
is
I'll
that?
look that up. So
Sorry,
we
I
know
should have had
for
that
sure.
planned
You're
better.
okay. I got you. The last Friday of August is the 25th, and then you had the next Friday, which is September 1st.
Yeah. So if everybody that'll comment from this video forward,
It has to be this video.
to August, to the last Friday in August, which is
It will be August 25th is the
All right.
last Friday.
from this video release
You have
date.
to comment.
Have to comment to the last Friday.
On the 20th.
Now you only get, like, you can comment all you want, but you only get your name put in one time.
Right.
Okay, so I'll say it again. We're doing another drawing for a hat to the bell, and you have to comment on this video right here. And you can comment all you want, but you only get put in one time for the drawing.
Or any video up till August, past this one, till
Now, we'll be sending a reminder every video.
Yeah.
Don't forget we're doing a drawing.
yeah, sure.
Okay, sweet. So you guys have multiple chances to comment to get your name in because we missed you. So, sweet. Okay. Anything you guys want to say?
Nah.
If you like what you heard, like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and what you think. And, you know, tell your...
People. You peoples. Everybody. I'm still trying to get out of here.
Tell them
I'm
all,
still
tell them
stuck.
all.
Now everybody. I don't care. I don't care if they don't like me. Tell them too, hell.
Thank you so much. That'll be it. Time.